my Power Yoga series. Today's video is going to be 30 minutes long. It's going to be very energizing, and we're going to be working on back bends. Now, I just want you to keep in mind that back bends can be kind of challenging, but I'll give you lots of options, lots of variations, so just stay with the level of where you're at today. This is definitely a good video to save and repeat and keep coming back to, and that will help improve your back bends as well. So to begin, we're going to start in our child's pose. So bring your big toes together, your knees wide, set your hips back towards your heels, forehead down, and stretch the arms out in front. And just start to connect your Ujjayi breath, breathing in and out through the nose, slightly constricting the back of the throat so you can hear the sound of your breath. And try to make each inhale and exhale even longer, because that breath is really what sets the pace of the practice. So that being said, go at your own pace. If you need to take breaks, you can always rest here in child's pose. Walk your hands over to the right side of the mat and place your left hand on top of the right. So just create a nice little stretch to that left side body. And walk it to the left side, right hand on top of the left. Now let's bring it to center, come up to our hands and knees to a tabletop position to warm up our back here with cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, arch your back and gaze up, cow pose. And then exhale, tuck your chin in and round your back for cat. And really exaggerate that movement of the spine as much as you can. Inhale as you arch. Exhale as you round. One more time. Inhale to arch. Exhale to round. Good. Find a neutral spine. Now, opposite arm and leg, extend your right arm forward and your left leg back, so using your core to balance. As you exhale, try to bring your knee and elbow into touch or as close as you can get it. Inhale to extend and reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. One more time, knee to elbow. Now extend it out. You can hold it, or we'll go for our first back bend here by bending the leg, reaching that right hand back to the left foot, and kicking it back, and just finding a little back bend here, kicking the foot into the hand. Good. Stretch it out. Place it down. Switch sides. Left arm, right leg. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. One more time, knee to elbow. Then extend it out. You can just hold or reach back for that foot, kick it back, find a little back bend. Stretch it out. Place it down. Now let's come into our very first down dog. So plant your hands shoulder width. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips up. Feet hips width. Bend one leg at a time. Walk out your downward facing dog. Stretch your calves, your hamstrings. Maybe bend one elbow at a time. And then just kind of settle in. Shoulders away from the ears. Press the chest back towards the thighs. Notice how down dog feels at the beginning of your practice. Walk your feet up to meet your hands for Ragdoll. Feet stay hips width, bend your knees a lot, and grab opposite elbows so you can hang here. Maybe shake the head, yes and no, relaxing your neck. You can also sway a bit, side to side or forward and back. Good. Release your arms, roll yourself all the way up to stand, and then when you get to the top, we're going to take both arms, lift them up. I know my arms are cut off, but grab your left wrist with your right hand and then pull it to the right so you can do that side body stretch. Good. Then go the other way. Grab your right wrist, pull it to the left. Now back to center. If you need to, you can grab a strap behind your back or interlace your fingers. Open up the chest, bend your knees slightly, fold forward, keeping the hands interlaced. Good. Release the hands. Inhale, lengthen to a flat back. Lengthen your spine. Fingertips can be on the shins or the floor. As you exhale, step to plank. Now first chaturanga, we're all going to put our knees down. So this is the modified version, and you can stick with this throughout the practice if you need to. Hug your elbows in and slowly come down. Now untuck the toes and press down through the tops of the feet. Engage your quads, so just the kneecaps lift. Inhale to Cobra Pose. It's a small back bend. You should be able to float the hands off the floor. Lower down. Push up to your knees to that modified plank. Then tuck your toes and come back to down dog. So keep in mind as we flow through those chaturangas and up dogs, you can do that same version on the knees and do Cobra instead of up dog. Or if you need to skip any of those vinyasas, you can always come straight to a down dog or a child's pose. Look forward, step. Both feet to the front. This time feet all the way together. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. dive right back down. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, step to plank. Now you can choose to go back to your knees or you can stay on your toes and lower halfway. It's like a tricep push-up, chaturanga. Elbows hug in, flip over the feet, up dog. So it's a little bit deeper back bend. Your knees are off of the floor. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now this time you can do the same thing or you can just add a little jump. So you look forward and either step or lightly hop, both feet to the front. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to stand. Exhale, swan dive right back down. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, you can step or you can also jump back. Chaturanga. Inhale to your up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Lift your right leg up and step it forward between your hands for a low lunge. Drop the left knee down and untuck the toes. And then start by bringing the hands on that right thigh. Your knee should be over the ankle, and then we're sinking into this hip flexor. So the thing with back bends is it's a lot of different areas. Could be the hip flexors, could be the shoulders, the lats, could be the lower back. There's a lot of areas that we're working on stretching when we work on our back bends. You can hold it here or lift your arms up, gaze up, maybe even press those palms together. Lower your hands down, step back to chaturanga, or modify on the knees, or skip it. Low push-up. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. And then we'll do the other side. Lift the left leg up, step it forward. Low lunge, drop the back knee down. And as always, if you need a couple steps or scoot that foot forward, that's totally fine to make sure you get that knee over the ankle. Hands on the thigh, sinking into that right hip flexor. Maybe lifting the arms up, adding a little back bend. You might even press those palms together. Good. Lower the hands, step back, take your vinyasa. Chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Lift your right leg up, step it forward between your hands, but this time we'll stay on the ball of the back foot and come into crescent lunge. High lunge. So your back heel is lifted, your back leg is straight and engaged, bending the front leg, hips square to the front. Now as you open the hips, pivot your back heel flat for warrior two, lining up your right heel to your left arch, gazing out over that right hand. Flip your right palm up, put your left hand on your left thigh, reverse warrior. Reach backwards, it's a side body stretch. And then exhale, windmill the hands down to the front and step back. Any variation, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Lift the left leg up, step it forward, set up your crescent lunge. Make sure your feet are lined up with your hips so you feel balanced. And then lift the arms up. So back heel's off the ground. Engage that back leg. Nice. Now open to warrior two by pivoting the back heel down and opening the arms out like a T. Gazing at the left hand, flip the palm up. Inhale, reverse warrior, reach backwards. Exhale, windmill the hands down, step back, chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk your hands to the back of the mat, take a few steps, roll yourself up to stand. So we're going to do camel from the feet right now. Later we'll also do it from the knees. Your feet will be hips width. If it bothers your wrist, you can do fingers pointing down like this, like you're putting them in imaginary pockets. But if possible, you'll try to do fingers pointing up. Feet hips width, fingers and hands on the lower back or the hips. Lift the chest up, create length first, then push the hips forward as you start to arch back. Hugging your shoulder blades towards each other. Think of lifting your chest to the ceiling and pushing the hips forward. So you don't feel any crunching or pain in your lower back, but a nice even arch. Slowly come up, take your time so the blood doesn't rush to your head. Bend your knees, roll yourself down, and we're going to take our two-piece fingers and hook onto the big toes. From there, inhale, lengthen, maybe straighten the legs, and then exhale, fold. And if you can't straighten them, no worries, keep them bent. Elbows to the side, relax your neck. Get that stretch into the hamstrings. Good, release your fingers. Walk your hands forward all the way back to your downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up, step it forward back to that crescent lunge. So where we were earlier on the ball of the back foot, lifting the arms up. Focus your gaze. We'll take it into airplane by sweeping the arms back. Palms face down and flex your left foot. Rotate the toes to point towards the floor, keeping the hips square and level. Bend your standing leg, step right back to Crescent Lunge. Try to reset the feet, nice. Open to Warrior Two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Now exhale into another balancing pose, half moon. Right hand, 6 to 8 inches in front of the right baby toe, maybe on a yoga block. Open up that left hip, flex the foot, and peel the left arm up. You can stay here in regular half moon, or because we're working on back bends, if you want to try it, Shavasana, bend the left leg. Left hand tries to find that foot or ankle, and it's kind of hard because you can't see it, but then kick your heel back and push your chest forward. It's like a dancer pose turned on its side here. I would keep your eyes on the floor to help you balance. If you're holding the foot, let go, straighten the leg, and then we'll meet in Warrior Two. Big step back. Reset, adjust if you need to find that nice Warrior Two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, windmill the hands down, and step back. Chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale to down dog. Take a deep breath. Reset your down dog. Other side, lifting the left leg up, step it forward. Crescent lunge. Start on the ball of that back foot. Reach the arms up. Set your gaze because we're going to come into airplane. Lean forward. Sweep your arms back, palms face down. Flex your right foot. Find your balance. Bend your standing leg. Big step back. Reset in your crescent lunge. Open to Warrior Two. Pivot that back heel down. Inhale as you reverse. Exhale, half moon. Left hand on the floor or maybe a yoga block. Open up that right hip and flex the foot. And you can stay here. This is still a great pose, right? A lot of benefits here to regular half moon. If you want to add the back bend, bend the right leg. Right hand grabs the outside of the ankle. Kick your heel back and push your chest forward to counterbalance each other and to create that back bend shape. Let go, straighten it out. Big step back, reset in your Warrior Two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, windmill the hands down. Step back, chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale to down dog. And then lower your knees. So like I said earlier, we did camel from standing. Now we're going to do it from the knees. So we'll start by doing the same thing with the hands on the lower back. Fingers can point up or down. You choose. Push the hips forward, lift the chest up, and then start to go back. Good. Slowly come up. Now, just one more time. You can repeat that, or you can reach for the heels. So you start to go back. Maybe one hand or both hands to the heels, but then re-push your hips forward. So you have to lean back a little to get the heels, but then push your hips forward. Imagine there's a wall in front of you you're trying to push your quads into, and lift your chest to the ceiling. Good, hands back to your lower back, slowly come up, and then just sit down for a moment. Take a moment to reset your spine. Big toes together, knees wide. When you feel ready, child's pose. Walk your hands out, take a couple deep breaths here. We'll come back into our downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up, step it between your hands. This time though, we're coming to Warrior One. So pivot your left heel flat on the ground. It's turned in about 45 degrees. So as you lift your arms up, you're still trying to square your hips to the front as best you can with that back heel flat. Interlace the fingers behind your back or use your strap. Look up, open the chest, and bow forward, humble warrior. Your torso can lay right on top of that front thigh or come slightly to the inside of it, and maybe over time start to work your head closer to the ground. Come back up, lift your arms up, Warrior One, and exhale, lower the hands down. Step right back, short sequence, chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale to down dog. Lift the left leg up and step it forward. Set up your Warrior One feet. Pivot that right heel flat on the ground, but turn it in. Square your hips and lift your arms up. Interlace your hands. See if you can do it with the other thumb on top or grab your strap. Open the chest. Bow forward. Humble warrior on the thigh or to the inside of it. Maybe head getting closer to the ground. Come all the way back up, lift your arms up. Inhale, Warrior One. chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale to down dog. Step your feet to the front, and then just roll yourself all the way back up. I'm going to back up so you can see me, but dancer pose. So first we'll start with the right side. Your left arm goes straight up. Your right hand, you can go inside or outside of the ankle, whatever you prefer. Knees together, focus the gaze, and then start to lift that leg up into the back bend. Now don't tip too far forward. I want you to keep your left arm reaching up high if you can. Focus your gaze on something in front of you because it's still a balance pose, even though it's also a back bend. Switch sides, shake it out. Right arm up, left hand, left ankle, knees together. Slowly lift the leg, dancer pose. Release, meet at the top of the mat. Feet together, hands to prayer position, take a deep breath. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back. We'll step to plank, and then we're going to lower all the way to the ground, because we're going to do some back bends from here. So untuck the toes, forehead down. Take your arms like airplane arms right next to you, and then squeeze your legs as close together as you can, and lift everything up. So you're really using the strength of your back and the strength of your glutes here. So it's not just about flexibility, but it's also about building strength in those muscles. Lift your arms, your legs, your chest. Keep holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, bring one ear down, relax for a moment. Now you can choose to repeat that or add on by interlacing the fingers. Zip the legs up, forehead down, and lift everything back up. Lifting the hands away from the tailbone. And hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, bring your other ear to the mat, even out your neck, relax. One more here from our stomach. Again, you can repeat one of the two we've already done, or bow pose, bending the legs. Go for the outside of your ankles. Flex your feet, knees and feet about hips width distance, and then kick back through the legs to lift the chest. Sometimes it helps rock a little forward and back, that's fine, but really strongly kick through the legs. That's going to lift your chest up. And hold. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, bring one ear down, gently windshield wiper your shins side to side, releasing the lower back. And then when you feel ready, we'll press it back all the way to a child's pose again and reset your spine. Have a seat. Reverse tabletop. Place your feet on the floor about hips width distance apart, and then bring your hands about a foot behind you, fingers pointing forward. Lift up your chest first, roll your shoulders back, and then lift your hips. You can keep your chin down, or you can let your head fall back if that feels okay. You should feel a good stretch in the front of the shoulders. Good, lower down. Now you can do that one more time, or you can try it with straight legs. Reverse plank, legs together, toes pointed. Lift the hips, push the big toes down, maybe drop the head back. And then lower back down, really nice. Scoot forward just a little bit so you have space to roll down onto your back. Bridge pose, feet hips width distance apart. You want to be able to touch them ideally with your longest finger. Lifting the hips up, you can keep the palms flat, but if you can reach, try to interlace just the fingers and then wiggle your shoulders underneath. Actively push down through the arms to lift the hips up and to get that chest opening. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Now, the biggest back bend of the day that we're going to do is wheel pose, and it's the most challenging, so keep in mind if you're not ready for that yet or you try it, it doesn't feel good, please don't force it. Listen to your body and repeat bridge. And then again, like I said, the more you come back to this class, the more open you're going to get and you'll be able to work up to that wheel. But if you feel ready to try it, feet stay the same. Bring your hands up by your shoulders. Elbows point up, fingers pointing towards your shoulders. And you can start here and just lift the hips. Maybe press to the top of the head and just stay there. If that feels good, stay there. If you feel ready for the next step, push into your hands, straighten your arms, and lift yourself up. You might not get all the way straight yet. You're working towards straight arms and maybe even one day straight legs. Tuck your chin, slowly come down. We're going to do it one more time. So take a moment to reset. You can stay with bridge or you can do wheel. Last big back bend for the class. set it up. Deep breath. And lift yourself up. Bridge or wheel. Push your chest forward through your arms. So you're not just using your lower back, you're using your whole body. When you're ready, carefully come down. We'll meet in a lying down butterfly. So the soles of the feet come together, knees open wide, and you just close your eyes. Really important to reset the spine, bringing that natural curve back after that deep back bend. I like to take my arms overhead sometimes, any variation. Also, like I mentioned before, back bends definitely get your heart rate up, especially if you're practicing that wheel, you probably feel that. So this is a good way to bring that heart rate back down and cool it down before we get into our stretching at the end. When you're ready, happy baby, grabbing behind your knees or maybe grabbing the inside edges of the feet, flex your feet and then just give it a little rock side to side, massage your back. And then you can start to hug the knees into your chest and rock forward and back 2 or 3 times, kind of massage your spine. And then we'll come up to seated. So we'll cool it down with a few stretches here. We'll do a nice forward fold, help counter those back bends and move our spine in the opposite direction. Legs out straight, feet flex, sit up tall, and fold forward. Now, if you can't reach, you can always grab a strap or towel, or just grab onto your legs. Drop your head, relax your neck, flex the feet so you get that stretch in the hamstrings and the calves. But you're also going to feel that stretch in your lower back. And again, moving in the opposite direction of the back bends. Really important to move our spine and our body in all directions. And slowly come up. Now take your right foot, step it right across. You can either keep the left leg straight or you can lean over a little bit, tuck your left heel next to you, next to that right hip for our twist. Left arm can hug the knee or left elbow to the outside of the knee. Right fingertips behind you to help you sit up nice and tall, lengthening your spine as you twist. So twisting is also another great way to realign the spine after those deep back bends. Good. On twist, let's switch the legs. Right leg straight, left foot steps across. You can stay there or tuck that foot next to you. Twist right elbow outside the left leg or hug the leg. Sit up tall. Look back past that left shoulder. Good. Bring it to center. Hug your knees in, roll down onto your back. I'm just going to turn sideways so you can see. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh to make a figure 4. Now, if your hips are feeling pretty tight, you can just hold here and maybe push the leg away. Or you can reach through and grab your hamstring or maybe your shin and then pull it towards you. So you're stretching into that right hip for a few breaths here. Switch sides, so release that side. Cross your left ankle over the right thigh. Maybe just push it away and stay there, or reach through and grab your hamstring, or all the way to the shin. Put your head back down and then pull the legs in. Flex that left foot, stretching your left outer hip. As you release, come back to center, both feet down, arms out like a T. Cross your right knee all the way over the left, so as if you were going to sit cross-legged. Move your hips an inch or 2 to the right, and then drop the knees to the left, keeping them crossed. Turn your head and look to the right. Now, if it doesn't feel good to have them crossed, you can do this same twist without crossing the legs. And if you have any neck issues, just keep your head neutral instead of looking to the side. Bring your legs through center so you can switch the cross of the legs. The left leg crosses on top. Move your hips an inch or 2 to the left, and then drop your knees to the right side and maybe turn your gaze over to the left. last pose. Bring it to center, give your knees a squeeze, curl up into a little ball, and then let it go as you come into your Shavasana. Extend the legs out long and let the feet fall open. Arms relax alongside you with the palms facing up. See if you can shrug your shoulders a little further down away from your ears to help keep your neck long. Close your eyes here, clear away your thoughts, and just take a few moments letting the muscles relax into the floor. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes and bring some small movements back to your body. Maybe draw a few circles there with the wrists and ankles, moving them in both directions. Maybe gently move your head a little bit side to side. Anything that feels good to you. When you feel ready, we'll reach the arms overhead, reach the legs long, and create that nice full body stretch, getting as tall as you can. Hug your knees into your chest, roll over to one side, coming into a fetal position. Keep the eyes closed. Use the hands to help press you up into a comfortable seated position. Cross your legs, sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands together at heart center, Anjali Mudra, and take a couple last deep breaths here. Scanning the body, noticing how it feels after your yoga practice today. Let's take one more nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhale all the air out the mouth, letting it go. Then lifting your hands to your forehead, your third eye center, and bowing forward. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for today's 30-minute power yoga class. I hope you enjoyed the back bends, found them energizing, even though they might be challenging. Keep coming back. Definitely, this is one of those videos to save and repeat. And then I hope to see you in my next video. Also, make sure you like this video, subscribe, share it with your friends. You guys know the drill, all of that. See you next time.